Airtail is back, and I'm so glad I did that video explaining all of Erza's armors, because that actually is relevant in this chapter. But before that, we start off with Gray's group, and they are currently trying to figure out who this guy that attacked them is. Charlotte and Happy explain that this guy's actually from Fire and Flame, and apparently he uses flame illusion magic. This is just the information that they received from the bartender, which, once again, I'm going to point out, they should go back to him and have him explain all of their abilities if he knows any of them. Because if he knows this dude's ability, and he also apparently knew Brain's ability, then, let's be honest, this would be helpful. And that's when they finally come to accept the fact that Fire and Flame is nothing but fire users. And that means it's an entire guild of Natsus. This makes everyone feel nauseous because that's just pyromania to the extreme. Except for Happy, who thinks that would be pretty cool. Lucy then realizes her best bet would to have Aquarius at this point because she is a water user. And so Aquarius would be the best option to take on anyone in Fire and Flame. This also says that we're finally going to find the Aquarius key in this arc. Somewhere, at least. So yeah, we're finally wrapping up all the little story plots that have been going on since Fairy Tail ended. Jalal joined Fairy Tail, Lucy's gonna find Aquarius' key, and what will most likely be the couples will finally be made, so we can have the next generation of Fairy Tail characters. Then hear a giant explosion near the port, and they realize that Erza is currently fighting a member of Fire and Flame and rush over to help her. Erza is currently still fighting in her Flame Empress armor, but then decides to switch over to one of her strongest, which is, in my opinion, her third strongest armor, Armadura Fairy. She literally named it after her guild because of just how powerful it is. It has the ability to amp up all of her abilities and produces a green glow that basically is like an energy field and also energy blast. She then does something that I didn't think was possible. She uses heavenly body magic with this armor. Well, she enchants armor with heavenly body magic. Now she has an armor that allows her to use heavenly body magic, so the fact that she could just enchant it to any of her armor kind of makes that other armor redundant and useless, unless that armor is the only one that can use Grand Chariot. Then of course it has purpose again. But yeah, she uses basically Meteor, which allows her to increase her speed and also smash into her opponent like a meteor. Now Wed is able to block this, and then he decides to use one of his moves, which is this giant, I guess, gets you with fire, because he swings his sword and it just obliterates everything in front of it. The ground, the buildings, and Erza barely is able to deflect what she can. In fact, it heavily cracks and breaks her armor. Erza even refers to this as her strongest armor, and then Wed says, no, it's not. No, when you were a bear, that is when you were your strongest. And the first thought that comes to her mind is her seduction armor. I don't know why that would be the first thing that comes to her mind. Erza is definitely a tomboy and a maiden at the same time, because that's the only explanation you can come up with such an idea. It's a good thing she didn't actually say seduction armor out loud, because Wed was talking about her clear heart armor, and Erza then points out that he's done a lot of research on her, and he admits, yes, he did. He made sure to learn everything he could about her, because she is the greatest swordsman of her continent, and he really wants this fight. He even points out that she already defeated Pandemonium, which was 100 monsters, the Scarlet Despair, which was her mother. She didn't actually win that, but he thinks she did, and the Scenario Sisters, which he 100% beat them. And since the Scenario Sisters are a member of his guild, he knows how strong they are. So he just wants this fight more than anything. He is excited beyond belief, and he wants her at her best. That is when a firebird starts flying towards them, calling for Wed, and just crashes right in front of them. And it turns out that firebird is actually an Exceed who can use fire magic. Yeah, that's a thing. They have an Exceed with fire magic. I did not see that coming. That was like the last thing on my mind, that a member of Fire and Flame would be an Exceed. The Exceed's name is Misfortune, and it basically tells Wed that he's been ordered to return because the plan is about to commence. And this actually makes Wed pissed off because, one, he wanted his fight, but two, whatever is about to happen in his eyes is probably going to prevent him from ever being able to fight Erza. So this is his last opportunity, which most likely, as I've been predicting, the plan is to bring back the dragon. And that seems to be true because we jump over to Igna's castle, where Brain has already returned with Natsu and spits him out of his hat. Natsu is already ready to fight still, but as soon as he sees Igna, he then focuses solely on him. He then tells Natsu this is his final offer. Natsu should join him. And Natsu's like, what are you talking about? Join you for what? And Igna announces that he is going to start the Dragon King Festival. For those of you who don't know what the Dragon King Festival is, it was supposed to be the ultimate finishing battle that would decide whether the dragons went extinct or humanity went extinct. And of course, Acnologia won that battle, and he wiped out the dragon. And then Zeref decided to restart a second Dragon King Festival, and this time the humans won again, and they killed Acnologia instead of letting him wipe out everything. because at that point Acnologia had lost his mind and was wanting to just wipe out all existence. But apparently Igna is going to restart a third Dragon King festival, and he says this one is going to be the real Dragon King festival, and he straight up says he's going to wipe out the human race. Now, his entire guild are nothing but humans except for him, but they seem to be going along with it, which tells me that they're most likely going to turn themselves into dragons, which is why I said the Age of Dragons will returning is the whole point of Igna's plan. But that has not been confirmed yet. For all I know, Igna plans on betraying his entire guild. But we'll get to that. At the moment, Natsu doesn't like hearing the fact that Igna wants to wipe out humanity and just straight up attacks him, punches him right in the face, and it does 0 damage. The rest of the guild freaks out, not thinking anyone would be stupid enough to attack Igna, but Igna's very calm about this and says, okay, I guess this is your choice. You're gonna be one of the humans I wipe out. So Natsu's about to get fucking ragdolled in the next chapter. I don't think he's gonna die, but Igna's definitely going to enjoy torturing him a bit. But hey, if you enjoy this video, subscribe, give a thumbs up so you can enjoy more Fairy Tail and other things. Thank you, and have a great day.